For a company that has lost about 30% of its stock value this year, how do you now look at it as an investment?
Longer to pound the table for longer term. I mean, obviously, if you look at it over the last 4 or 5 years, any types of these sell-offs have really been golden opportunities. Now, you got to put the seatbelt on and definitely, you're going through a white knuckle period. But on the other side of this is I think growth returns to China and you start to have the FSD autonomous vision start to play out. You're going to see them gain more and more share. And the sub 30K vehicle next year, we'll call it a Model 2.5, that's going to be key to capturing share. But right now, look, New York City cab driver is bearish from Tesla.
Well, looking at Dan Ives' price target for Tesla, he thinks it will go to $275 in the next 12 months. So even in the short term, based on that price target, it's an opportunity. But for now, the consolidation period continues, and I believe we will have a massive jump eventually. For now, patience. But if you agree with Dan Ives that it's a golden opportunity for Tesla stock, click the like button.
Look, it's been a very difficult, I'd say, 6 months, but really because of the China story. I mean, China, that was a key growth engine that's now been a headwind. But our whole view on Tesla, this is just, we'll call it the early stages of a much longer term story that's starting to play out. And I think we've been here before. They've been through challenges, but even like we've seen the last few weeks with the earnings, then Musk going to Beijing and others, there have definitely started to now be some seeds that I think are going to lead to growth. I wouldn't say an insult to call it just an auto company, but my view is it's disruptive tech. Because when you look at the broader vision in terms of full self-driving, autonomous, electric vehicle transition, even though demand's obviously moderated globally, I think it continues to be a disruptive technology player. But I think many that call it an auto company, John, it's the same people that they look at Microsoft and say, it's still legacy PC Windows instead of a cloud company. So I continue to view this as the disruptive technology player that's really in the a transitionary state for growth.
And keep in mind that Tesla's energy margins are higher than the automotive margins. According to local news in China, Tesla has a permit to construct the Megapack factory in Giga Shanghai. Now, I think they had a permit of sorts already, so I think everything is just coming together and things are clearly moving forward right now. Anyway, the dates are all over the place for when exactly did Tesla get permits. Just remember that Tom Zhu is back in China, and with him there, I think things are going to move more smoothly. There's a lot of potential for the Megapack business. Here's a project that's ongoing construction right now. It's waiting for the arrival of 444 Tesla Megapacks worth about $800 million. Seems like they are in the process of pouring concrete. Eventually, it's going to look like this. Here's Omar driving for 1 hour, 26 minutes. He delivered 6 Mother's Day's flower orders using Tesla's latest FSD version and then drove back to the flower shop. FSD completed 5 out of 7 drives with 0 intervention, so that's a 71% success rate. And those that he didn't complete fully without interventions, they're minor interventions. He had 2 minor interventions to pull over at the end and help complete a U-turn. By the way, some people are wondering what happens if you activate FSD without a destination in the navigation. Where does it take you? From my experience, it generally just drives straight. But if you're a Tesla bear, it might take you to your ex's house. Yesterday, I drove on the newest version, and I do see small improvements here and there. For me, overall, it's slightly better. No significant changes, only minor changes. And here's someone trying FSD V12 for the first time. I think it's typical to not be able to wipe the smile off your face. Omar asks Elon, have you seen much of an increase in FSD purchases and subscriptions for those who have completed their free trial? We know that Elon often replies to Omar, so likely he is actually going to see this post. It's not guaranteed, but the chance I think is over 50% that he is about to see it or he has already seen it. There's no reply from him, not at this time. But can Elon Musk really win by replying to this? First, if he doesn't reply, then maybe some people will assume, well, okay, the take rates are not much better. But if he does reply to it positively, it is quite material. It would be like him saying, well, the deliveries were higher for Tesla this week, and Elon doesn't tweet things like that. So I wouldn't really expect Elon to reply to this post. But this is a pretty decent point. Things will change with nag-free FSD. At the moment, it hurts the experience significantly, at least where I live. Omar thinks people have no idea how big of a deal this will be. Jason agrees. And yesterday, actually, when I was driving, it was only a 10-minute drive, but it was not the easiest drive. I don't remember having the nag, or maybe I'm just so used to it that when I see the blue flashing screen on my right side, I just immediately turn out the music volume or turn it down to eliminate the nag. Oh, but throughout that whole drive, I think I was changing songs a lot, so that probably makes the car think I'm paying attention to the road. And now the beta label is officially scrubbed from all software. If you get into a Cybertruck, it will now say that it has settings for full self-driving supervised, not beta. Ray shared another FSD clip. Look at how well it interacted with these pedestrians. The car slowed down. It didn't do anything dangerous. You would feel very safe in the vehicle. And you wouldn't be freaking out, oh, is it gonna hit these people? But also, there was no phantom braking. Everything was just comfortable, which is generally the opposite of what shorting Tesla stock is like. I think we have a fairly decent explanation now why Omar's navigation froze up somewhere here. So the vehicle software did not freeze. It's just that his location stopped changing despite him clearly moving forward. It stayed in the same place for a while. It's probably because of the solar flares. Supposedly it's a worldwide issue, and there were articles written about this. Why tonight's massive solar storm could disrupt communications and GPS systems. So it was not a problem with Tesla, not at all.